Jonathan Rea hit the top of the lap times before finishing second overall on Friday in the Misano test, while teammate Andrea Locatelli continually achieved the same positive work rate he has throughout this FIM Superbike World Championship season. Inclement weather forecasts made juggling Rea's last 1.5 remaining regulation test days tricky, but 73 productive laps on the first day helped the Ulsterman feel more and more at home on his Yamaha R1 WorldSBK. Despite a tricky Friday, with drizzle, an early lunch break and a deluge in the early afternoon, Rea and the number 65 Pata Promedian Yamaha crew made best use of the remaining half-day to tick off a few more items on the to-do list and finish the day strongly with a Superpole qualifying simulation that catapulted him to the top of the timesheets an hour before the end of the test. The number 65 had been hovering outside the top 10 until the final hour of testing, when he surged up the order with a 1 minute 33.113 seconds to provisionally claim top spot, although finished the day in P2. It came after what team principal Paul Denning described as his best day of testing with Yamaha on Thursday, with Rea testing a new chassis balance, weight distribution and rider position at Misano. Discussing about two-day test in Misano, the six-time WorldSBK champion said, "I enjoyed the R1 this test. We arrived with some different setup ideas than my base bike over the first races and I was able to ride in a more familiar style, just trying to get the Yamaha R1 to complement me and for me to adapt subtly to the bike. With testing days restricted, we had to make the best use of track time and we had a great day when I was able to complete a lot of laps with no issues. I felt quite competitive with my pace both on race tires and also the soft tire." Then, day 2 was a little bit more complicated because the weather came in really early, and I was only able to utilize half a day, so we had to be very clever timing-wise. I was able to tick some boxes still and get more familiar with the bike and start fine-tuning towards the race weekend. Still lots of work to do, but I am happy to start the Misano race weekend soon and excited for the prospects, but we still need to look at our race pace on Friday. It's been nice to feel good on the bike and especially on the soft tire. I was really able to get the R1 around fast. It felt like a real Superpole session at the end. Everyone was going full gas with SCQ tires and we managed to finish right there in the front row positions. It is possibly the best I have felt with the Yamaha R1 in my team, but there's still a lot of margin to find, so I have a positive outlook. It was also a decent outing for teammate Andrea Locatelli, who finished the day in 5th, just 2/10 away from Rea as the Japanese manufacturer showed their potential. With 2 days available, Locatelli was able to run as much as the weather allowed across 2 days on the Adriatic coast and continue to build his confidence and R1 WorldSBK package ahead of his home round in 10 days' time. A small crash during his best qualifying simulation was the only thing that stopped him joining Rea at the top of the classification this afternoon when the track was at its best between rain showers. In general, it was 2 positive days of testing, because we improved some important points. Also, the lap times with the SC0 tire this morning and the SCX during the day were very good. With the qualifying tire we found a good solution to have a good feeling and a good lap time, even if I had a small crash at turn 14 on my best lap. We know it is really important to start the race near the front, but on the rhythm for the race simulation we are not in a bad position. I think we increased the performance, we improved a lot in respect to last year and the confidence is quite high. I feel positive. So I think we can enjoy the race weekend. The confidence after Cremona test and this test is good. Just some days to reset and rest a little bit, and to check the data, prepare for the race weekend, and then we go again on track and we are pushing at the maximum, the number 55 said. Locatelli netted 111 laps in total and 5th overall on day 2, while Rea completed 98 laps.